decided to take complete ownership of my life and my career. That single decision slowly changed my life.
The opportunity is waiting on you. You've got to dig your feet in somewhere. Why not dig them in here?
Greatness is only recognized in achievement, but it is born through adversity. When the whole world is against you, I mean, nothing's going your way. You can't catch a break. You're overwhelmed, frustrated. That is your invitation to greatness.
When you've been fighting for it all your life,
After being lost for so many years of my life, thank you for showing me the clearest path to the happiest life I could ask for.
Take a risk, take a chance on something you love to do, but work hard at it and stick with it. And don't ever sit it out because you're afraid.
fighting for it all your life. You've been struggling to make things right. That's how a superhero learns to fly.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Hayes, this whole Tom James thing, solid idea.
Good evening, Tom James family, and welcome to our 2023 First Time President's Club Formal. We're so grateful to have you here tonight. Tonight, we're going to recognize 15 of our partners who have achieved First Time President's Club. But before we do, if you are a guest tonight, if you're a family member, a friend, a significant other, a brother, sister, grandparent, would you please stand and stay standing? Tonight, we're going to recognize 15 individuals for an achievement that is a collective effort. And a lot of that is committed to you. And the reason you're here tonight is because you were the inspiration for the achievements we're celebrating tonight. So thank you. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. And thank you for giving us the extra oomph that we needed to achieve what we're celebrating tonight. You're a blessing to us all. We're so grateful. And from our Tom James family to you, God bless you and thank you. Y'all give them a round of applause. So we're going to get started, and what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to call a name, and then we're going to play some music. We'd like to have you come up on stage and just talk to us. So y'all ready to get started? All right, first off, from Richmond, Virginia, Miss Nicole Carlson.
I'm excited to be sharing this stage with so many amazing people with amazing stories. I've been with Tom James for 5 years now, and I've been lucky enough to hear so many incredible stories from the people in this room. If you listen close enough, you'll begin to hear some of the same mantras time and time again. Life will continue to give you the same lessons over and over until you learn them. Here are some of the lessons I had to experience a few times in my journey, and maybe I'll just be one more reminder for y'all. In the last 5 years, I've had 8 surgical procedures, been in the worst shape of my life, been riddled with anxiety and on emotional roller coasters. I've also been the opposite of ends of all those spectrums. Your physical, mental, and emotional health is the most important sales tool that you have. So exercise, eat healthy, watch your alcohol intake, and drink plenty of water. Have a good morning routine, look at your goals and gratitude daily, and read really good books. In the last 3 years, I've had 4 close family members pass away. This job is really difficult if you're just thinking about yourself. Set your goals for the people you love and spend as much time with them as you can. Regret is one of the worst feelings to have. In the last 2 years, I've hired and lost 5 other directs. Leadership is one of the most difficult yet rewarding parts of our business. One of the largest parts of leadership is the example you set, and I've learned to ask for a lot of help. I'm so thankful that Derek and Alex have been patient with me as I'm continuing to learn and be better for our team. The final lesson is that you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. Find really good people to surround yourself with, and be mindful of those that are not good for you. Everyone in this room has raised my average, but I really want to recognize a few special groups of people. My family, for not always understanding, but always supporting me. My clients, for letting me serve you, but also sharing your wisdom with me. The Virginia group, the Hustling Haberdashers, Outreach Early Adopters, Hull's OXKI team, the friends I've made on PHC and PC trips, and finally, of course, Granger, Doug, Sarah, Steve, Jason, and Todd for pouring so much into me. I want to thank you all. Now, if you want to achieve your goals too, take these lessons and start with the person you see in the mirror. Thank you.
Please help me welcome to the stage from Oklahoma City, Miss Maggie Davis.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Hello, everyone. So that song you just heard playing is called Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay. And yes, it has been an adventure since joining Tom James. When I play therapist with my clients, trying to solve all their newest life problems, I usually start by quoting John Lennon. Life is always going to happen while you're busy making plans. They laugh and usually reply with ain't that the truth? So tonight I want to tell you a short story about the plan I had versus the life I got. I'm a bit of a control freak, and I do love a good plan, so here it was. I was going to start my first career out of college with Tom James, hit President's Club my first year, followed by cabinet, shortly bringing it home with chairman's by the end of my 3rd year. I have earned all these wonderful trips, hired new partners to build my own team, and also to help Oklahoma City grow. I'm going to get engaged, I'm going to get married, and go on some exquisite honeymoon place, right? So then I'm going to come back, I'm going to work with all the most successful people in Oklahoma City and continue to build this life I want financially and with all this work-life balance all these really successful people talked about. So now let me tell you a little bit about the life I got while I was working on my plan. Bought a car my very first day of work. Started off strong with the first selling month, followed by some pretty average selling months. I did get engaged. Shout out to my now husband, Braden. Pray for him a lot, because I'm a lot. Had some other average selling months. We closed on our first house, and then COVID hit. Guess what wasn't part of my plan? Getting married in my in-laws' backyard, moving my real wedding not once, but twice. No honeymoon, ever. I did not get near my goal of 20 new clients per month. having a 1.2 selling unit month, earning me a $92 paycheck, showing up to Zoom calls in my suit and slippers, and asking myself pretty much every day, what on God's green am I doing here? I told myself I needed to quit, and I almost did. I have an acceptance letter into a teaching program on my refrigerator as a reminder. If I was so focused on my escape plan, I wasn't focused on the future I wanted to build. But let me tell you now what I'm most thankful for. My backyard wedding with the 9 most precious people in my life who got to love and support me and Braden. Remember, that's like you could only have 10 people, like in a bubble. So I got to marry the man of my dreams not once but twice in the same year. My Oklahoma City office, who became my second family after all the Zoom calls, and of course, we decided to come back and love and support each other again in person in the office. I'm so thankful for all my Tom James friends who's made it through the hard times with me. Shout out to my Fab Five. I'm very thankful for my 1 unit month. I can only like go up from there, right? It's growth. I gained skills and confidence that I would never have gained if I wasn't forced to stop, learn, and gain perspective. It took some time, but I do feel joy and gratitude reflecting on where I've come from and the incremental growth I've hit along the way. And I do indeed have a very long list of people I need to thank, but I literally don't have time to do that. So, life is always gonna happen no matter what plan, but it's why we call it an adventure of a lifetime. You only get one life, so give yourself some grace when things are hard, and don't be afraid to reach out for support. Tom James is the tool to build the life you want as long as you stay. Through every hardship, we become stronger, more skilled, and grateful. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you.
From Atlanta, Georgia, Miss Kate Otting.
Thank you. It wasn't until the January 2022 meeting in a small group that someone said something so simple that would make a huge impact on my business. Give yourself some grace. I realized in that moment I was letting my results determine my happiness in life, my relationship with those I loved, and my all-around well-being. We get so lost in the pursuit of greatness that we start to miss out on the beauty of just being okay. It seems like it has to be one or the other. We have to be thriving or surviving. Lately, we're inundated with the opposite message, that being okay is the same as being complacent, that we should always be aiming for the maximum level of success and that anything else is just settling. Well, I believe that my 25-year-old self deserves the same level of introspection and reverence that we save for the end of our lives. I want to see the person I'm becoming. It wasn't until I made this shift that my business truly started to turn around. Being okay is finding the joy in the mundane. It's the routine of my morning. It's finishing a really good book. It's dinner club with the girls. It's a glass of champagne for no good reason at all. It's a Saturday spent watching Georgia football. It's watching the sunset. It's taking my dogs on a walk. It's door-dashing Chili's on a Sunday. It's in the little things. What I'm most proud of this year is that Tom James taught me to be okay with my failure. And know that it only leads to success if you choose to learn from it. The truth is, you learn as much about who you are and what you're made of from failing as you do from success. Since achieving President's Club in July of 2022, the last year has been full of many highs and lows. But every day, I know there's something beautiful to look forward to if I choose to find it. When they say that Tom James grows you as a person, they mean it. No one in this company has had a bigger impact on me than Ayman Al-Shami. Thank you for your constant support, your trust in me, and for answering all of my many phone calls. I would not be where I am in my business and also my personal life without your influence. You're an amazing leader and friend, and I'm so excited to see your new adventure into fatherhood. Ryan, Brett, Brant, and Kathy, the way you've conveyed your faith to me along the way has made all the difference in my success. Addison, Alyssa, Lauren, Nicole, and Tori, I love celebrating achievements with each of you and the endless bottles of wine that we share. And finally, Luke, thank you for writing my affirmations when I refused to. You are my best friend, you're a man of faith, and you push me to become the best version of myself every single day. I love you, and I can't wait to experience all the beautiful things that life has to offer with you. Congratulations to all the other President's Club members in this room tonight. Cheers.
Please help me welcome from Richmond, Mr. Mark Reiner.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate this opportunity. I'd like to start by thanking my amazing wife, Katie. You're a remarkably patient, kind, and understanding, and I'm convinced I'm made a better individual because I get to spend the rest of my life with you. Dang it. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. Also, many thanks to my parents for instilling the importance of hard work and compassion in me. Tom James has given me a long list of leaders and mentors that have guided me to this point and will going forward. Doug, thank you for leading by example every step of the way. You are the soundest decision maker I know, and it's no wonder you have 3 exceptional daughters. You are, by all means, the most consistent man I know, inside and out. Sarah, I don't know if it was just good luck or serendipity, but our near simultaneous restarts in Richmond was exactly what I needed to get me through 2020. Your ability to coach and empower those around you is changing all of our lives for the better. Steve, you're certainly one of the suavest men in the room, but I think the best quality is how massive your heart is. I, to this day, tell people the story of you climbing into a storm drain to go get my car keys 4 years ago. I don't know who does that, but I think Steve is the answer. I don't know when our relationship evolved to this point, but I got an unexpected mentor in Milo Rubin. You call once, maybe twice a month, and I immediately get 2 feelings. One is a huge pit in my stomach, and the second is a deep sense of gratitude because I remember you're always calling because you care and see something in me or my numbers that you can help with. Thank you for challenging my thinking and seeing me for more than I sometimes see myself. I love our work, and we have an amazing career, but what I love most is the ability to lead 3 amazing individuals. Lexi, Hunter, and Brock, I've learned so much from each of you, and I appreciate the impact you've made and will make on the Richmond office and Tom James in the future. Courtney, LeVar, Jack, Shika, BG, Nicole, Adrian, Franco, back in DC, the whole DC crew. Of course, thank you for my start, but an even bigger thanks for giving me your seal of approval when I wanted to come back and when you called Steve in 2019. There's more than one way to be successful at Tom James and in life, but in talking to many of the folks I look up to, there's one thing that I find in common, and that's successful people always take action. They become the man in the arena, they impact their lives and those around them, and don't let life just happen to them. So if you're looking for a takeaway, let it be a question, and that's, are you giving it all to your career, your relationships, or yourself? Are you letting life just happen to you, or are you making an impact on it? Thank you.
Y'all help me welcome to the stage from Boston, Mr. Cam Wright.
Woo! All right. My lacrosse coach started to bring alumni to speak to my team over Zoom. As I was driving the Sprinter van delivering bikes when Dom Roberto popped onto my screen. I quickly became interested in the three-piece suit he was wearing. One of my coaches introduced him as the fastest self-made millionaire Springfield lacrosse had ever seen. Immediately, I was focused on the conversation. He told us about the records that he broke in his craft. About 2 weeks later, I texted my coach and said, "Send me Dom's number. I think I can beat his records." Well, I didn't. I quickly got checked starting the job, seeing Dom sell Oxford to basically everyone while I was thrilled to sell 2 CI shirts. I adapted and realized who I needed to be calling. I changed the way I would ask for referrals to ensure that I would get names from everyone I saw. Woo! As I started to get better names, my sales rose. One thing that I learned about myself is I didn't like to be in uncomfortable settings. During my first week here, Dom asked me, "What do you want?" I told him I wanted to be remembered for my success. That's when I realized I needed to get comfortable putting myself in situations that I was uncomfortable in. I started to realize that I wasn't actually here to sell clothes. I'm here to make someone feel good about themselves through their clothing. Once I stopped worrying about the sale and worried more about building my relationship and trust with my clients, my sales started to go up. Tom James has changed me in so many great ways in the last 2 years. I didn't fully believe in myself coming into Tom James. This opportunity teaches you to believe in your self-worth, because if you don't, it will eat you up. I've learned to make work non-emotional, so that if I have a bad day, I know that tomorrow is a new one and I get to reset. I've learned a lot, but I'm excited to see what I will learn in the future. What do you want from this opportunity? When you find your why, then that's what keeps you on track to hit your goals. Nothing will stop you from achieving what you want. Of course, I have some people to thank for helping me to where I am today. First is my clients. Without my relationships I have built with them, I wouldn't be standing up here today. Steve, Jason, and Todd, thank you for everything you do at this company. I couldn't ask for a better team to lead us. Mom, Dad, Bill, Lisa, thank you for the endless support and love you have given me. Without you guys answering my phone calls, I don't know how I would make it through every single day. Ari, Connor, Sam, Dan, thank you for always reaching out when I need your help and have questions for you. Amber, Thank you for letting me live in your database. I know I owe you a lot of gin martinis for that. Avon, these past few months, I've saw a complete 180 in your business, and I can't wait to see you up here soon. Tyler, it has been amazing to watch you grow over the past year. You have changed so much, and I look forward to hearing your speech soon. Carter, pump that frickin' fracker back in the same office, huh? It's time to clock in and grind so I can be listening to you up here. I'd also like to offer a thanks to the man who kickstarted my business, Bob Popio. We lost him on Monday. May he rest in peace. And finally, Dom. Thank you for taking a shot on me. I've never seen a more impressive salesperson who cares more about their team as much as you do. Your work ethic and guidance has taught me more than you know over these past 2 years, and I couldn't have asked for a better leader and role model. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Cheers.
Bet. Y'all please help me welcome to the stage from Atlanta, Georgia, Miss Nicole Flores.
So Bill Yonke told me he was going to pay me $20 if I said 2 words. So Bill, I hope I don't get amnesia tonight, and I won't euthanize you later. That's $120 actually. So raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized with the talks too much label. That was me. So good luck and buckle up because I've got a lot to say tonight. So since hitting PC in November, I've realized my story was a little different than most. All while also thinking everyone's is. It's basically why we're here tonight. And that's kind of what makes part of tonight so unique. I came to Tom James at the ripe age of 27, a career changer who was scared, nervous of 100% commission and just sales in general, and hated setting goals and gratitudes because I thought they were super hokey. More so, I just had a crippling fear of failure. I have an amazing mentor, and he's always told me, the lioness does not concern herself with the thoughts of sheep, and I've ran with it ever since. Early on, I set the goal to hit PC in my first year. I had doubtful days, but I put my head down and I did the work. Along the way, I laughed and I yelled simultaneously. I set Atlanta Hall of Fame records, and I sold a 29K TR the Saturday before month end of my 12th selling month that brought PC home for me. But none of that would have been made possible without a goal in mind, and more so, without the people in my corner. So to the Atlanta office, my home away from home, you guys have come together to motivate and inspire me to push myself to dream bigger than ever before. My girls, Addie Bean, Caitlin, Lolo, Alyssa, Tori, Ange, Sarah, and Mau Mau. Thank you for always letting me be unapologetically and authentically me. You girls keep me so young. I love y'all so much. Jeffrey Kinney, I am so happy to be sharing this stage with you tonight. We did this together. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am for being there when I'm off-brand, but also being my first call when I'm playing bumper cars and parking decks, which, sorry, Vin, that was in your car. Sheila Khanna, you love with your whole heart, and you love so big. On my best days, and especially my lowest days, you'll do anything to let me know you love me, you care for me, and you're there for me no matter what. You are quite literally the epitome of my ride or die. It's crazy to think that we've been in each other's lives for a decade, but even crazier to think about how far we've come. The she-sheet of my ling-ling, thank you. Vincent Aubrey, you've opened my eyes and shown me the world. There aren't enough words to express just how thankful I am for you. And you make it all look so easy. From running a successful law firm, your amazing dance moves, and even as my partner in life. You understand me, and Lord knows you put up with me. Thank you for all that you do for us. The world's our oyster, my chicken. I love you. Dad, I'm here on this stage tonight because of you, but more importantly for you. As long as I can remember, you've worked 2 jobs so you could put a roof over our heads and food on the table. You sacrificed plenty so I would never have to wonder what it was like to go without. You came to America almost 40 years ago to provide our family with a better life, and tonight is proof that I'm doing exactly that. I love you, Dad. Thank you. So I leave you guys with my heart full of love and gratitude. Figure out your who and why. It's easier said than done, but just call the people, see the people, and show the people. The rest will fall into place. Keep the end in mind, go to work, drink plenty of wine and water, and just do the damn thing. Congratulations to everyone tonight, and cheers.
All right. Another one from Atlanta. Y'all please welcome Mr. Jeff Kinney.
It is really a great honor to share this stage with all of these fantastic people in front of our world-class sales force, support, family, and friends. I have been here for a long time, so I have a ton of gratitude to share. First, I want to thank God for granting me life and all the opportunities to continue living and growing. I want to thank my parents who are here tonight. Growing up, you provided me with every opportunity I needed, and now as a parent, I have a new appreciation for the sacrifices you've made and continue to make. To Sarah and Brent for the chance to join the #1 office in our company. Angela, Ryan, Kenzie, Sheila, and Hector, we all started here around the same time. Thank you all for setting different paces for me along the way. Nicole and Katie, thank you for welcoming me to your training teams. I am convinced I learned way more than I taught. And Nicole, I would not be up here if you getting here didn't motivate me. Love you too. Brett, you taught me patience and perseverance. Thank both you and Brent for your examples of being successful husbands, fathers, and businessmen. Kelly, I've been here for 9 years. It took me 8 to get up here. But truth be told, I didn't even begin moving in the right direction until the day I met you back in 2017. You lit a fire in me that I didn't know existed. You inspired me with your tenacity to not quit no matter how difficult things got. Most of you in the room know nothing of her story, but just know that you're all in the presence of one of the most incredible people you'll ever meet. I'm lucky enough to be married to you. For 8 years, I chased trips, club levels, recognition, leadership, and anything else I felt would give me a sense of belonging. Kelly, you gave me purpose, and their names are Kylie, Trey, and Rachel Grace. Kylie and Trey, you two are the most amazing, resilient, kind, and genuine people I know. Raising you is a gift. Rachel Grace, you've lit my world up, and I love watching you grow. My journey to this stage has been a battle with feelings of inadequacy, fear of failure, imposter syndrome, general insecurity, just to name a few. It wasn't until I found and prioritized what really mattered to me that I was able to fight back. I still lose some of those battles, but I'm much better equipped to get back up and fight again. I know I'm not alone. In closing, the two that I struggle with the most currently are inadequacy and imposter syndrome. After all, what am I doing up here talking to all of you when it took me so long to do this? But maybe that's exactly why. To those feelings, I say this: I hit President's Club in 1 year, not 8. Everyone up here had 12 months, and that's the case whether you're chasing PC, Chairman's, Hayes, or beyond. So I challenge anyone who isn't where they want to be in their business to remind themselves of that next time you find yourself comparing your journey to someone else's. The year of your success can start today if you choose it. Thank you.
Great job. Next up from Denver, Miss Liz Weiss.
Thank you. I think I still have a pulse. 3 years ago, I moved from my our hometown in North Carolina to Colorado to start my career with Tom James in March of 2020. I was incredibly eager to succeed in my first year. However, my optimism and determination quickly turned into fear and apprehension as whispers of a worldwide pandemic came about. Before I knew it, I fell victim to myself. For my first 2 years here, I allowed fear to dictate my future. Ultimately, I made the decision to quit. When I finally got the courage to tell Wendy that I was quitting, she simply replied, "No, you're not," and frankly, that was enough to keep me here. From there on out, I decided I was not going to let my fears, anxieties, or insecurities determine my success here. My journey to President's Club has empowered me and shaped me into who I am today. The trials and triumphs, specifically the pitch no sales via Zoom, have shown me that I am stronger and more resilient than I ever believed. My gratitude for my vast support system is infinite, but I can only express it in so many words. For each of my friends here, I want you to know how much you are appreciated. You all know who you are. To my parents, thank you for your unconditional love and support. You have taught me how to be incredibly independent, which may have backfired only a little bit when I decided to move halfway across the country. When times were tough, you empowered me to keep pushing. You've provided me with a beautiful life, and I am here today because of you. I love you to the moon and back. To Bridget and Wendy, you ladies have never ceased to remind me of my potential and pour into my cup when it was empty. Thank you for your patience and grace. To my Denver family, you all are the best group of cheerleaders I could possibly ask for. You've had my back since day one, and I am so grateful for you guys. In my greatest time of doubt, you have lifted me up, held me accountable, and pushed me to reach for the stars. I love you guys so much. To my best friend and boyfriend, Trevor, You continuously sweep me off my feet, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. I truly thought Prince Charming only existed in fairy tales until I met you. To Ryden Bell, you are the MVP. Thank you for introducing me to this life-changing opportunity. To Spencer Hayes and our incredible leadership team, thank you for all you do. It's an absolute pleasure to be in business with you all. Grateful is an understatement. Thank you.
From Cincinnati, please welcome to the stage Mr. Seth Bittner.
Sir. Hi, I'm Seth. I'm a little nervous. But before I begin, I just wanted to give a little shout out to all my colleagues that made it up here on this stage today. It's incredible. I also wanted to give a shout out to these four gentlemen right here, Steve, Jason, and Todd, for leading us all to the promised land. So thank you for that. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to all the servers, concierges, and the people hosting us today. So thank you guys. You did a great job. All right, to the speech. When I was writing the speech, I wanted to get across three things. First off, I wanted to thank the individuals, a better word, Army, that got me to get here. Number two, I wanted to help others on the same journey as me gain something that will help them achieve it. And number three, I just want to have a little fun. All right. As y'all know, here at Tom James, we have a little motto that states, "We build people." And that's exactly what it did for me. For y'all who don't know me, I'm gonna go ahead and say I probably wasn't the easiest kid to raise. But I'm here to give my speech, so someone did something right. That's why I want to give my parents a big, huge shout out, because they definitely deserve some type of award for it. Tom James is a place where you're groomed to become a true businessman or woman. From dress, to mannerisms, to speaking, to discipline, and then even your personal life. Across the board, I can say I personally grown in all those categories. However, there's another motto that I live by my whole life. It goes out to my pops. It says, "Bittners aren't quitters." No, it sounds corny, because it definitely is. But it's true in my life, especially when it comes to sales. Like most of us, we've probably been graded on performance, from sports to work to social status to anything. And like most of y'all, I hate to lose. So I never give up until I finish the job that needs to get done. I don't want to say you can't achieve anything you want without hard work and persistence. I say this to all the new partners and everyone who's trying to hit President's Club. If you do the activities, rain or shine, and have an "I'm not leaving" mentality, then you truly will reach and break any goal you set for yourself. However, to reach big goals, you're gonna need some help along the way. That's why I said an army. So first off, I want to thank my leadership team, Ricky B, Dob, Dash, and the G. I couldn't be here without y'all. I wanted to thank all my homies, Young Carm, Tirza or T-Rex, Peter Camano, Courtney Turner, Max Potter, Sarah Edmond, Carter Babcock, Kate Lively. I mean, I could go, list goes on and on. And if I haven't said your name, I apologize. I'll get it after. They cut it out. But thank y'all so much for this journey. It's been so fun. In all, if you stay focused, do the activities, rain or shine, actually listen to your leadership team, and just remember, a dream is just a dream until you make it a goal. So dream big and set even bigger goals, and you will break and achieve any goal you set for yourself. Thank you. Let's get after it.
Next up from Boise, Miss Courtney Turner.
My journey to this stage began decades ago. Ever since I can remember, my parents have instilled in me the importance of hard work and perseverance and taught me to never turn down a challenge. I started with Tom James in April of 2022 in a single-person store in Boise, Idaho. Shout out Steve Reeder. After graduating college early and leaving my tight-knit circle behind, I moved to a city only knowing one person, my sister. Well, and her boyfriend, Tanner. Can't leave him out. My first few months presented many unique obstacles and opportunities. Steve was traveling between Salt Lake City and Boise while training me. So to gain exposure to the newer side of the business, I had to travel all around to work with other professionals, grow my clientele, and create new sales methods that worked for me and the reputation that I was hoping to build. I pushed myself to work countless 14 hours, being my own OP, assistant, and shipping person. Perks of not having a tailor in Boise. I was giving this career 110% of me while struggling personally. My family and friends were in different states. My fear of failure was overwhelming, and I had a really tough time navigating my new city and making impactful relationships. I remember calling Micah Pittman during this time on a day where all my appointments canceled, no one picked up the phone, and I was just crippled with anxiety. I told her I was done. I said I had failed one too many times, and in the midst, I had lost my sense of purpose. She said, "Courtney, succeeding requires constant failure. You need to grow as a person in order to grow your business." So I ran with that. I persevered, stayed the course, and developed new habits, tactics, and goals that propelled my career forward. I managed to have the best first 3 months in company history and have reached sales levels that only few other partners have done in their first year. Gratitude goes hand in hand with the Tom James culture, so I feel it's only right to thank the people who have shaped me into who I am today. Mom, thank you for showing me what it looks like to be a truly selfless person. Dad, thank you for showing me the importance of hard work and what it truly means. Kylie, my best friend, thank you for always pushing me to be a better version of myself. Micah Pittman, Steve Adams, Steve Reeder, and the entire Tom James leadership team, thank you for believing in me and taking a chance on me and showing me what it looks like to lead by example. To my training team, you all know who you are. Thank you for the immeasurable influence that you've had on me. And to all my other Tom James friends and internal support network, thank you for being there for me and understanding the unique challenges that come along with this profession. My time at Tom James has taught me that hard work does pay off, but I think it takes a lot more than hard work to succeed. Actually, I know it does. It takes accepting failure and having the willpower to get up and try again. And it takes an army, a strong support system of people who lift you up when times get tough and celebrate your successes as if they were their own. So cheers to you all tonight for being here, and to any new partners who are struggling, add me to your army. We can do it. Thank you guys, and cheers.
Y'all please help me welcome to the stage from Raleigh, Miss Ivy Wellborn.
Thank you. I'm a little. Okay, cool. Awesome. When I did the practice yesterday, I had my glasses on, and now I don't, so I think I'll be fine. But anyways. Ground rules, number 1, I'm an ugly crier, and I talk with my hands, okay? Okay, here we go. So my Tom James story is, it's nothing crazy. I started in 2020, check it off on your bingo card. So I had a 2020 start. But I'm very proud and I'm grateful that I stayed. I was stuck with something to say tonight, because for me, quite honestly, President's Club is, it's not the finish line for where I want to be. It's kind of like the stepping stone for, where I want to be at the end of the day. But I'm grateful, I'm really grateful for this evening and its rewards. But I'm more excited for what's to come at the end of the day. I think anyone who has been at Tom James knows that the hardest part of this job is not the selling. We talk a lot about like mindset and what goes on inside, the growth that goes on there. So for me, the hardest part has been comparison. Funny, we probably have all struggled with that at one point. So part of my story is I either compared myself to myself, or I compared myself to other people here, which when we do that, it leads into self-talk, and we all know where that goes, not good. So January of 2021, I went to my leader, Molly, and I said, I'm gonna quit. She was like, all right. So then I got sent to Duncan Ham, and I had a day with Duncan, which was great. And the two of them helped me realize that we talk about the story that we're telling ourselves. The story that I was telling myself was an old narrative, and that it was time to write a new one. It was time to write a new one. So in the process of writing this new story, I was searching for someone here who was just the type of woman that I wanted to be. Someone who checked all of the boxes of morals and faith and success and personality and how we see the world and yada, yada, yada. As I mentioned earlier, at Tom James, we talk a lot about vision, AKA, who do you want to be at the end of the day? What do you want people to say about you? So in this whole story, I had this picture, this vision, and I was like, that Molly and Duncan said, okay, just be that woman now. And I think the person I was looking for all along here was the person who I wanted to become, if that makes sense. One time, Sarah Bentley heard that there was a young woman in the company, not me, to be clear, who was going to be the next Sarah Bentley. Sorry, I do air quotes a lot, apparently. And Sarah replied, she said, well, I just want her to be the next her, which Molly and I were driving to the beach the other month, and Molly turned to me, and we're talking about all this, and Molly's like, Ivy, just be the next best version of Ivy Wellborn. And that really stuck with me. We hear a lot of numbers, we see a lot of faces, there's obviously a lot of recognition, and I think it's important to be inspired by those people, but we already have an Ivy, we already have a Liz, we already have a Jeff. Be the next you. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah. Okay. So anyways, this milestone has brought me to the realization that I have the opportunity to choose to work on the person that I want to become. It's not the critic who counts, it's the person in the arena. So, Tom James of Raleigh, thank y'all for letting me be Ivy and do my little TED Talks. Duncan, Ham, and Keith, I love y'all a lot. Having you in my life is not by accident. I know that, and I'm grateful for that. Okay. This is the part where I cried in practice, too. Molly Riazi, my leader, you are my girl, and you've picked up the phone in the times that I needed you to the most. I'm grateful for that. And you really are an example of someone who is consistent in attitude and activity. And I can't wait till we hike in hoops again. That will be fun. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. And I hope y'all have a nice night.
All right, from Orlando, Mr. Victor Almeida.
Thank you, Orlando. Appreciate that. Good evening. Wow. I've been waiting for this moment for a little bit, and it's a lot better than I imagined it. As always, I like to start with a little bit of gratitude. Although I may not give everyone the recognition they deserve, just know that you guys all played a huge role in my achievement. First, I'd like to thank Kiara and Osh for taking a risk and giving me the opportunity to work at Tom James. To my leader, Jeff Tassetta, it's an absolute blessing to have you as my leader. God has put you in my life for a purpose, and you serve that purpose every day, brother. I appreciate you. O-Town, what's going on? Thank you for being my family and for the constant support you guys continue to give me. I wouldn't be here without you guys. To my clients, thank you for the constant support and the influence you guys continue to give. To our leadership team and Tom Corradetti, thank you for creating a culture where you don't give up on people, no matter their struggles. To my little sister, Carolina, you're my inspiration. I see you and the woman you've become, and I cannot be any more proud of you. I know Mommy is also. I'm excited to see the future that you and Andrew create. You better look after her, Andrew. Pa, te quiero mucho. Thank you for being my role model and for hustling to give us the life you did. I'm truly honored to be your son. Lela. Can everybody say hola, Lela? Tú no sabes lo mucho que te quiero. Gracias por todo lo que has hecho por mí y sigues haciendo por nosotros. Yo no fuera el hombre que soy hoy si no fuera por ti. Te quiero mucho, Lela. Lastly, to my mother. Losing you was the hardest thing that has ever happened in my life. This achievement is all for you. Although you're not here physically, I know you're looking down with that big smile you always had. I'm working hard every single day to continue your legacy. I love you. That brings me to my first point. Todd talks about remembering who you are, whose you are, and making and keeping meaningful promises. The last one is important. Always, and I repeat, always keep your promises. Life is short, and you never know who won't be there to witness them. Secondly, as we all know, life is life. Many things will happen. People may leave you, your mother might pass away, your leader might quit, you may get in 4 car accidents in a span of 2 months, or you may just have the worst selling month ever. Yeah, it's 4 and 2 months is bad. But it's important to look ahead and live the life that God intended for you. Although all those things happen in me, I choose to live with no regrets because everything I've been through has shaped me into the man I am today. And that man stands before you as a man of God, a man of character, and finally, as a President's Club member. Thank you.
Y'all help me welcome to the stage from Phoenix, Arizona, Miss Lauren Turner.
Gotta go a little higher up there. This is so crazy to me. Oh my gosh. Ah! Wow, there's so many of you. Okay. I would like to say congratulations to everyone celebrating this achievement tonight. I'm so honored and grateful to be here with each of you. My family and team are here tonight, and I'm ecstatic that they are able to celebrate this milestone with me. While growing up in Oregon, I worked hard in every job I had since I was 15 years old. From Nordstrom, Michael Kors, to being a beverage cart girl on a golf course. I always had that money-driven mindset to be an independent woman that could carry her own. You know, post-graduation from Oregon State University, I found Tom James. I moved down to Phoenix. Granted, I did not know a soul when I moved. I started completely fresh, ready to hit the ground running.
Some people had concerns whether I had the grit to handle this job. I told them, I'll prove it to you. Just watch. I set high goals to chase the satisfaction that I could do this and break Hall of Fame records. Fast forward my first year, hitting President Honor Club in 6 months and President's Club in 10. I chased after the things that I wanted and not only proved them wrong, but I proved it to myself that I can do anything I put my mind to. I've come to the realization that sales is very similar to the game of golf. You hit great shots, aimed straight toward the green. You get a par, maybe a hole-in-one if you're lucky, and oftentimes your ball goes into the trees, gets lost. Maybe you hit a goose every so often. You start feeling defeated, exhausted, wanting to give up. Golf and sales are similar because it is a mental game. If you set your mind to it and continue to push through obstacles while staying positive, you can get to the end game. It takes one shot that can change the trajectory of your round. It can be unpredictable, but it's how you react and handle those good and bad shots along the way. Ultimately, I want to thank those that didn't see the grit in me when I started, because it pushed me even further to where I am now. Thank you to my parents, Paul and Amy, LT's dad, who have raised me to the young lady that I am today, and their continuous love and support. My leaders, Rachel McNamara and Micah Pittman, thank you both for being so selfless, powerful, and such genuine leaders. Can't forget my team, Tristan, Darian, Tim, Colette. Thank you for your support in being here. Courtney Turner, my day one Tom James girly. And no, we're not related. We're not related. Thank you again. And I'm so excited to be here. And on that note, keep popping off, Tom James. Cheers.
From Nolens, Mr. Dennis Tozan.
You mean I don't get to sing? Okay. So, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. That's what Tom James was, what coming to Tom James was to me, and what it is every day. So let's start off like we should every new day. Gratitude. First and foremost, thank you, God. Your blessings are way more than I deserve. Now, let me introduce you to my why. My wife, Natalie. My kids, Dylan and Logan. Didn't expect it to be this hard. Natalie, I am so grateful to God for you. You and our kids are by far the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't deserve you. Simply not allowed enough words in this speech to express to you my love and my gratitude. Thank you. My son, Dylan Tozan. I'm sorry, Dr. Dylan Tozan. Yeah, Dylan's a professor of economics at Chapman University in California. My baby girl, Logan. I can't wait to see all that you will do and accomplish. Guys, there's a good chance you'll see her on a Broadway stage one day, I promise you. Thank you both. I'm so proud of each of you. Also, thankful for my parents, Judy and Dennis Tozan, my brother Brian, my in-laws, Teenie Spears and the late Max Spears, Jason, my first leader. I can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me and taught me. Jacques, so grateful to have you as a leader and partner and a friend. Dave, Laura, and Josh, thank you. And of course, Todd, Steve, thank you. I am humbled and honored and grateful to be part of this company and to share this stage with these incredible PC winners. Guys, there's some real rock stars in this group. Liz Weiss, my sales school partner for the last two, girl. You're awesome. Lexi, my new direct. You are a rock star. So glad to have you in the New Orleans office. My ATS crew. Guys, it's been a pleasure getting to know all of you. Now, just a little advice. I'm not sure, but I might be the oldest sales new hire of the company. I was 51 when I came here. Yeah. So I could have a little bit of a unique perspective compared to many of you. I know not all of you, but many of you. As I've had a few jobs before finding this company. Guys, and all that I've done, nothing compares to this opportunity. When I first heard we build people, people build the company, honestly, I took it with a little bit of a grain of salt. I had heard similar philosophies from previous employers that just didn't prove out to be real. Didn't take me long to soon discover, though, this company was different. It was different from anything I had experienced. So, when you feel like things are getting too tough and the grass might be greener, call me. Call someone. But find a way to stay. Commit to getting just 1% better each day, but stay. Because it is a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Thank you.
All right, let's bring up from London, Mr. Max Potter.
This has taken me a little longer than I'd have liked. I haven't broken any company records, and you won't find my name near the Hall of Fame. I want to say thank you to all of my colleagues who endured my trials and tribulations. I appreciate all of you more than I get to tell you. To our leadership teams, some of the most integral and mission-orientated people I've met, thank you for unwavering leadership. My path here has been interesting. I've had my struggles, but so has everyone. My first couple of years was me doing my best to look like I was doing the job. A job that at the time I thought was hitting my quota, making my dials, and adding my names. I hit quota once in my first year. Someone told me that I won't be fired based off of my results, but my efforts. So I made sure it looked like I was doing the deal. I wasn't bought in. I liked the idea of the job, rolling around the city, dressed like a baller, meeting ballers, doing baller stuff. My lack of commitment to actually building a business and a career, rather than just looking like I was rapidly eroding away at my character. I was one person in work and another person outside of work. Then I'd have the audacity to turn up on Monday and do it all over again and talk about vision. I was feeding everyone around me what I thought they wanted to hear. The thing that changed for me was just a realization that no one is going to do my press-ups for me. I started going to the gym, and I stuck to my diet. For a while, I saw no change, but I stuck at it. Over time, with consistency and discipline, I started to see small results. I was proud of the progress, and it made me want to get better. I educated myself about health, diet, and sports science. I got passionate about it. Then the cycle began, and the penny dropped. Enter the compound effect. I started to apply the same mindset and disciplines to my work, doing my reps on the phone. My sales increased, and I started to set new PRs. Somewhere that I did have power of setting new records was my personal Hall of Fame. I made new entries every month last year. You've heard a million times that comparison is the thief of joy. I wasn't in the gym comparing myself to Mr. Olympia, so why in work would I compare myself to Mr. Ian Powell, President's Club, 12 months? Careers, relationships, finances, fitness, anything worth cultivating has to be done consistently for long periods of time. I'm from a generation that has been force-fed every other successful person's life on Instagram. We've been made to feel like if we're not a self-made millionaire with 5 side hustles and a Bugatti by the age of 25, we're failures. You need to step away and realize it's only ever going to be you against you. You versus who you were yesterday. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of my journey so far. My first victim was Sean, and later Douglas. Thank you for your patience more than anything. It's inspiring to have such consistent performers around you, but also just such consistent people in general. And thank you for seeing things in me that I could not see at the time. I heard once that not fulfilling your potential is an insult to those who believe in you. So if you've got people who believe in you, who see your potential, the least you can do is try to tap into what they see. It's not easy though. On the way, you will hit many walls in your disciplines, routines, rhythms, and consistency. But you need to realize that's when you are separating from your old self and finding your more powerful and victorious self. One thing I luckily learned early on is not to put your happiness in the destination, and to find happiness in steady progression. And don't forget to have fun along the way. Some of our worst decisions have given us the best stories. Finally, thank you to my family and good friend. It makes a big difference having such a solid support system outside of work. And if you guys think you put up with a lot, Sean and Doug, spare a thought for my parents. Thanks for letting me stick around.
So I'm going to ask that the 15 partners who spoke tonight, would y'all all come up on stage, please, one last time, and let us give you a round of applause? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, I'm going to move out of the way. But will y'all give them a huge round of applause, and then they're going to stay up here. Y'all get some pictures of them. Thank you so much. Well done. Thank you all for being such a wonderful audience. Have a wonderful, safe evening. Good night.